part 2 of episode 1, presumably.
I am on a desert island.
To recap last time, we were surviving out in the middle of the boondocks with a few meager supplies. And this time, we're surviving an island with a few meager supplies, but Spam is going first.
Mm-hmm.
Recap your supplies, please, there, Spam.
I have a bottle of soda water, and a bottle of soda water, and a bottle of soda water, a knife, and flint and steel.
Alrighty then. Okay, so you washed up on the shore of this island. What's the first thing you do? It's like midday.
I collect some branches in the forest.
Okay. How difficult do you find this?
I would say probably...
Are you wearing shoes? This is important.
I assume that I'm wearing shoes, but I don't like this is that last time I don't had all our clothes.
Yeah, this is true. Okay, so describe what kind of clothes you're wearing.
Okay,
What do you wear on like a typical day?
Let's see here. On a typical day, I'd probably be wearing... Well, I live in England, so it's a bit chilly out most of the time. So I'd probably be wearing like sweatpants and sneakers and socks and a t-shirt and maybe like a warm sweater.
Okay, that'll do. So you're on this island. You collected some branches.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you do manage to find some branches, but there's not as many as you would hope because most of the trees around are kind of palm frondy and less branchy.
Yeah.
But you do find some kind of almost oak trees, I guess. You're not entirely sure, but they're more oakish and less palm frondy.
Yeah. So I grab some of those, bring them onto the white beach so I don't lose them.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'd probably drink my first bottle of soda water.
Okay. -1 soda water.
Yeah, and then I'll have +1 bottle.
+1 bottle.
Then I'd probably, I guess, collect some leaves here and there and stick it into the bottle to kind of have some sort of kindling with me that won't blow away.
Okay.
So now I pretty much have like a fire kit, I guess. After that, I suppose I'd probably go looking along the shoreline for maybe oysters or something like that, because that's a pretty good eating. But I suppose, like...
Aren't they a little ways into the water? They're not just, like, sitting on the sand?
I would probably waste a couple hours looking for oysters.
Okay, you waste a few hours, and now it's, like, mid-evening.
Yeah, I'm probably fairly hungry. Let's see here. How hot is this island? Would I be getting sunstroke from like walking on the beach?
You're quite warm, but you do stick your feet in the water now and then, so
yeah.
you're not too bad. You will get sunburn, and you've probably taken off your sweater and left it with the logs.
Yeah. All right, so probably wasted a couple hours doing that. I guess I'd probably check out the woods a little bit, but probably not get too far in, so as not to get lost.
Yeah.
So I guess I would, in there I would probably find, I either would find animal tracks or I wouldn't, because either a completely deserted island or it's, there's like, I don't know, chickens and goats on it, I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on if this place was once inhabited by people or not. I guess for sake of making this harder, let's say that there isn't.
There's no people.
There was no people on this island ever.
Nope.
So I
It's
guess
a small island.
So I guess I might find like let's see here. Maybe I guess maybe a bit of a rocky area.
A rocky area, okay. How would you go about searching for this? Would you just pick one of the directions and start walking, or would you walk to...
I would have to go pretty deep into the forest to find it, probably, if it wasn't, like, viewable from the outside. I guess to find it, I'd probably start going uphill, if there was any such thing as an uphill where I was.
You do see that there's some higher-ish mountain type area. It's like one giant peak,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's some smaller, real small hills not near it. And you do figure that, hey, that would be a good vantage point.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to tie up your soda bottle in your sweater and walk there? Your 4 bottles of water, or 3?
Yes.
And walk up to this big hill? Okay, well, it's a bit of a hike. It probably takes you a couple hours.
Mm-hmm.
But you do manage to make to the base of this big hill, and you do see that there's a fairly smooth incline pretty much all the way to the top.
Mm-hmm.
If you see the picture attached, it's that kind of lumpy area to the left area of the map.
Mm-hmm.
That whole area slowly goes up.
For those
It's
listening,
hard to see because this is directly top down.
for those listening at home, this is the island from Castaway.
Yes. If you remember the movie, Tom Hanks goes up to the mountain to try to hang himself. That's where Spam is heading now.
Yeah. So I guess
Spam hasn't seen the movie, so
Yeah.
spoiler: he hangs himself. Well, he
Yeah.
sort of. Anyway,
Hopefully,
back to
I won't hang myself. Anyway, up deep up the mountain I go.
Ooly-doo, climbing the mountain, climbing mountain, up the mountain I go.
So it's probably like really dirty and kind of dry, I would imagine.
It's fairly dry. You've yet to come across any water or stream, and you know you've pretty much crossed the entirety of the island.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you're making your way kind of up the island,
Mm-hmm.
you can see a majority of the island. The other side of the mountainous peak is still obscured, but
Mhm.
you can see all the way from where you are to the beach where you landed,
Yeah.
marked by the A on the image attached.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I guess, like, from here it'd probably be a good opportunity to see if there was, like, any lakes on the island. The thing is that a lake would probably be completely undrinkable because it'd be, like, tainted with salt water. So,
Pretty much, yeah.
Probably wouldn't be that useful. Up here on the mountain, I guess. So I guess it really isn't truly a completely rocky area on this island. It'd probably be just lots of grass and dirt on these mountains.
On the north-ish side of the... Not north. Never eat soggy meat. That would be the west side of the island.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually seeing it right now. You can see you've kind of made it to the semi-peak of the mountain, and you can now see almost the entire mountain. You see that there is kind of a rocky shoreline on that side.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes very, very steep down.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to get too close to the edge because you don't know if the cliff is stable or not. But
Yeah.
you do believe you might see a cave.
Alright, at that point I would probably go back down the mountain and try and find that cave.
Okay. It's starting to get proper dark out.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't quite see your footing.
Yeah, so...
But you're making your way to the cave, and you do make it to flat beach. You're on the sand again.
Mm-hmm.
And you believe you saw the cave to your right-hand side along the mountainish area.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't be sure now because it's dark out. It's proper dark. All you
Alright.
can see is like moonlight. Do you make camp here for the night, or do you keep heading?
What I'd probably do
Doesn't
is
look like it's gonna rain.
What I'd probably do is I'd probably I'll walk back along the beach back to my camp, pretty much.
You're kind of in a rocky incrop.
So
I don't know.
there's not really any sand around, really.
You're on a sandy patch, but then there's some trees and some rocky parts in between the next area of sand, and it would be a long walk back.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Are you sure you wish to walk back to your camp? Or
Yeah.
you can cut straight across the island, get terribly lost, and eaten by a jaguar.
Yeah, if there are
I don't
any
know the
jaguars on
islands.
the island, that is.
There's probably aren't any, because
Yeah.
I don't think Tom Hanks came close to a jaguar. There's just trees and a few birds. I
Well,
don't even know if there was birds.
caves
assuming-
probably aren't that bad. I guess I would probably continue into the cave.
Okay.
So what was the
Well,
problem? It was like I couldn't see my footing very well.
It's dark and you can't really see your footing, and you're not sure where the cave is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to share screens, because then I can gesture to where you are right now.
Okay.
Can you see my mouse? Can you see things?
Yes.
Make full screen. Okay. You're right where my mouse is.
Okay.
Onto this area here, this is kind of a valley in between two peaks, all covered with trees and crap.
Mm-hmm.
And the cave you saw was somewhere over here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, to get there, you will need to wade across the water, and, it's rocky, and who knows what lies in the water.
Yeah, actually, I probably would try and, I guess find maybe a place that would be somewhat shady during the day and try and sleep there, actually.
Okay.
At this time of night.
You see right here that there's some decent trees with shade. Do you wish to camp there?
Yes.
Okay. You make camp, and you drift into slumber with the sound of a lone cricket in the distance.
Ooh, there's insects on this island.
One cricket. How they got here, I have no idea, but there's
Yum.
insects now. Yeah, crickets are good eats.
Yep.
So you sleep the night, and you wake up to the sun, and you're not well shaded, but you do have a bit of shade. It's early morning. You're still quite tired, but you are, you're getting hungry.
Yeah.
You haven't eaten in a day and a bit.
Mm-hmm.
But now, as it's proper daytime, you can see all the way out, and you can see the nice cliffside and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I can see fairly clearly now.
Yeah.
So I guess, is this sort of I guess foresty area kind of on an incline, where I sort of sleep underneath a tree?
Yeah, right here is kind of underneath an incline.
Okay.
This is the shaded area here is actually just steep cliff.
Mm-hmm.
All this shaded bits.
Okay, but the let's see, the actual bit where the trees were that is on an incline, right? It's on a hill.
This right here is kind of on a bit of an incline, and then it goes back down over here.
Okay, but I don't know that. I probably can't see beyond that.
No, you see that it goes up here, and because you came from this way and you kind of went up this mountain. This was kind of the area you walked.
Ah, okay, so I went down then. Okay, I see. All right, let's see. At this point, I probably would check to see if I could find the cave.
Okay.
No, that's
well, you do see what appears to be a cave, but it is a ways bit out. So
okay, so probably
the spot you saw and you thought it was a cave is not a cave. It was just a shady bit.
Mm-hmm.
But from here you do see a cave.
The shady bit, is it very rocky, or is it kind of?
It's very rocky. It's
sheer rock. There's no grass or dirt around, really.
Yeah, it's just a slight dimple in the rock that, from where you were standing, looked kind of like a cave.
Mm-hmm.
But from here, it's just a dimple, and it's pretty much useless.
Well, the reason why I wanted to find a cave was that condensation will kind of gather on rocky walls and can kind of drip down into a bottle of soda water, for example.
Yeah.
So I don't know. A dimple could be useful for that.
It is directly in sunlight right now.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess I guess you're pretty much right. Probably wouldn't be very good at collecting condensation.
Yeah. But you do see that there's some clouds rolling in one direction. You might be in for a storm.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And let's see here. How quickly are the clouds rolling in, you think?
They're a good half day away.
Okay.
They'll be in afternoon.
Alright, I guess so the cave's a bit farther out, so maybe 5-minute swim?
It's not even a swim, it's just a wade through the water.
Okay, I'd go looking for the cave.
Your torso is not even going to get wet.
Mm-hmm.
But it is very rocky, and some of the rocks look sharp.
Yeah.
So you might cut your shoes or your leg. But luckily you do have shoes, where Tom Hanks did not.
Yep.
He took his off during the flight, and you managed to keep yours on.
Mm-hmm.
So you wade out through the water to this little rocky cave.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it was carved out by the tide.
Mm-hmm.
But it kind of goes up a ways. And you can kind of see into it from where you're standing in the water, waist deep. That it kind of goes up a bit and then goes in.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely dark in there. You can't see shit past
This is a spooky cave. I wouldn't want to be here while a storm was rolling in.
It's a spooky cave. As well as it looks like it was carved by the tide, so it might be it might be a tidal cave of some sort.
Yeah, which is kind of like a drowning trap, basically.
It is, yes.
All right, so
At least the opening will be underwater when the tide comes in.
mm-hmm. Let's see here. I would probably call this a bust. So maybe I could either live around here and go in there occasionally to see if there is any condensations on the walls. But this is a bit disappointing, really.
Okay. You look at the cave and you're, oh, shucks. And
Yeah.
You walk back towards the sand.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, you've only wasted like maybe 15, 20 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
which with your almost infinite time on this island
Really?
isn't much.
Yeah.
The clouds don't even appear to be any closer yet, so
I'd probably climb back up the hill a little bit, maybe. I guess go exploring. I think I have an idea that it's not really a huge island, because I've climbed a mountain.
yeah, you've climbed up the mountain and you can see clearly to where you started.
Yeah.
Like this whole walk here is maybe an hour.
Well, yeah. I guess if I remembered and saw that there was kind of another sort of cliffy area near the bottom of the map. See, if I actually saw that, I might start trying to head to that.
You do see a slight cliffy area over here.
Mm-hmm. So I'd probably
So
follow the beach towards that.
Okay, so you go back down and follow the whole beach around.
Yeah.
Okay, well, on your way across the beach, you do see a few palm trees that have dropped their coconuts.
Oh, yeah, I take one for each arm.
Okay, plus 2 coconuts.
Yeah.
And you make it all the way to over here, and it gets a little rocky, and the water kind of... It's not really deep, but you're making your way across.
I'd
This
probably
area
put down
gets
my
a little
coconuts
longer
first.
than the rest of the whole sandy part.
Don't want to lose my coconuts, so I put those down first.
Okay, so you stash your coconuts over here,
Yeah.
and you keep going towards the rocky bit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you kind of just see that it's a rocky bit. Yeah, it's kind of cliffy, and then there's some rocks.
Yeah.
You see that there's kind of tide-ish areas, like there's some small tide pools
Mhm.
where critters can be caught in.
I guess I would probably look to see if there is any food in these any easy food in these tide pools, but there probably wouldn't be, really.
You'd be surprised. Tide pools can collect a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually a decent way of getting food in these kind of scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Find some big rocks and place them in kind of a U shape with
Mhm.
the open part towards the island.
Yeah.
When the tide comes in, fish will swim into these little areas,
Mhm.
and then tide goes out, and fish are stuck. And then you go and you stab them violently with a spear and club them over the face with a coconut. Blood is everywhere, and you just eat them raw. Viciously tear apart this fish.
Yeah.
But you don't have one of those set up.
I don't see, and I don't see anything in this tide pool.
No, you don't.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even know what wildlife is native to this area, because I don't exactly spend a lot of time on little islands.
Mm-hmm. All right. So let's see. This probably doesn't collect condensation very well. It's probably not really a good bit hidden by the sun or anything like that.
You do see that it's in shade for almost half the day.
Mm-hmm. So it's possible, I guess.
Yeah, you could make a lean-to here.
Mm-hmm.
Just lean some tall logs up against the tree of the rock side,
Yeah.
and then like some palm fronds, and you have a nice house.
That's true. It would be a nice house.
But this is a ways away from the open beach where you landed.
Mm-hmm. But there's not really much there except maybe some branches that I collected in, I guess probably...
You left some of your soda water there because carrying 4 bottles of soda water with your sweater and everything else would have been a pain.
Let's see
So you
here. It
still
depends on
have
how big the
supplies
soda water
stashed
bottles
there.
are.
Huh?
Depends on how big the soda water bottles are.
I was thinking like those glass 1 liters or 2 liters.
I was
1.5
thinking like
liters.
regular plastic bottles.
Oh. Well, I've only seen you drink out of the fancy glass ones, so that's why I figured those are the ones you had.
Well, I haven't been drinking out of those lately. 'Cause...
Okay. So just normal plastic 2 liters?
Let's see here. There probably weren't even 2 liters. I was like thinking like even smaller.
Oh, like the 710 mil.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I could probably carry all of those with me.
Well, you don't have a bag or anything.
Let's see here.
So, if you had them, you'd, like, tie them up in your sweater and have it over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
With one coconut under each arm.
I do have, like, a sweater, though, don't I?
Yeah. And you took it off because it's hot.
Ah, yeah, that's true. Okay, we'll say that I left my soda water bottles back there.
Okay, so you left your soda water at the big A.
Okay. Which I probably warmed by now.
Oh,
Needless to say.
Very warm.
Anyway, yeah, I guess let's see here. I'd probably like search the woods a little bit around here.
Okay,
I
well,
guess.
you find some nice-ish fallen logs
Mm-hmm.
that are fairly long. They're a little rotten,
Mm-hmm.
but they could make decent shelter.
Mm-hmm.
And you find some
They probably have some
short-ish
insects underneath
palm
them, too.
trees that you think with a little work you could get the palm fronds.
Mm-hmm.
So there's supplies here. If you wish to put in the effort, you can make a shelter.
Yeah.
But you don't see any animal tracks or any any signs of life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, very little chance of meat on this island.
Very, very little chance of meat unless you like fish.
Yeah, most people don't classify
Like
fish as meat, but yeah. It is a critter, and I would eat it.
Fish is a meat.
Mm-hmm. I would agree, but most people don't classify it as meat for some reason.
It's a meat. They have faces. Fish is a meat. They
Yeah.
swim and they eat things. That is a meat.
Yeah.
Vegetarians who eat fish are not vegetarians. They're hypocrites.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Alright, so at this point, found something that would make like a pretty awesome shelter.
Yeah, you can make a nice shelter.
Mm-hmm.
You're still a ways away from the storm coming in, so do you wish to make a shelter?
What I'd probably do is I'd kind of bring the supplies, I guess, closer to the beach so that I wouldn't lose them, but not so close to the beach that the tide would come in and wash them away. So probably
Okay.
right at the point where it becomes a beach.
Yeah, well, you know how far... You can kind of guess how far up the water comes on high tide.
Yeah.
So you kind of just figure, oh, I'll just place it about 5 feet back from there.
Yeah.
So you start collecting all the things and hauling these massive trunks of wood back.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably quite a lot of effort.
They were huge trees when they were still trees.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got a few odd branches sticking out, and it takes a lot of work to get some of these back, because they're pretty big.
Yeah.
But you haul them all the way back to the beach, and you get a fair chunk of wood out of these.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe about 4 longish ones. They're taller than you. If you stand them up on the ground, they're taller than you, and they're maybe a half a foot across in diameter.
Mm-hmm.
So you got some nice things.
Okay. And I got them all collected in one spot.
Yeah. Now the clouds are getting closer, and you kind of hear thunder in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
What's your next step?
Okay. So, are they pretty much above me now, the clouds, or are they like...
They're still a little ways off, but they're coming in close.
Okay. How long did it take me to get to the base of the mountain?
From here,
Yeah.
about a half an hour.
Took about half an hour. Okay, I would probably go ahead and go back to try and retrieve my soda water before like the wind blows them away. I guess.
You left them on the beach with the A, remember?
That's what I'm saying. I'd probably go back all the way there.
Okay, well that's a bit more of a journey than to the mountain.
That would probably be like
45 minutes.
45 minutes. Yeah, I'd still do it.
Rocky, mountainous terrain with a potential downpour coming.
Yeah, better get out of the way now.
Okay, do you run there?
Let's see here. Would I run?
Or just, briskly speed walk?
Probably briskly speed walk.
Okay, well you enter the woods and you kind of briskly speed walk in the direction that you believe is the beach, but you get slightly lost because you don't actually have a proper heading.
I probably would have tried to retrace my steps, really.
Rocky cliff. Well, you didn't come directly from the beach. You went to the beach to the big mountain. You can see the big mountain from the beach.
It probably would take a bit longer than 45 minutes.
It's kind of obscured by trees.
Probably would take a bit
so you have no real heading.
Well, I don't know. I probably would have followed like the beach all the way back.
You can't. There's like big rocky parts. You'd have to be wading through steep water.
Okay, so I climbed up the mountain, went down, and saw there was like a cave or something, and said, this is disappointing.
Yeah, and you followed the beach down to here.
That's the beach I'm talking about. I'd follow.
Yeah, you're over here.
I would follow that beach back to the mountain, get back up the mountain a bit, and then go retrace my steps back to the A.
That would take like bloody ages.
Yeah.
You do that, I guess.
Yeah.
You make it to the mountain and the clouds are just about above you.
Okay.
And you're like maybe halfway across and it starts torrential downpouring.
Mm-hmm.
It's dark out now, you're soaking wet and you're making your way to the A.
Yes.
You get there to see that your soda water have kind of drifted around a bit, but they're still all kind of scattered along the beach. So you collect all of them, tuck them into your sweater, and you head back towards now you're standing there on the beach soaking wet with your soda water. What do you do?
Alright, at that point, I'd probably, start walking back to the base of the mountain, but I probably wouldn't actually climb the mountain, because it's, really,
Are you going to head
down.
back down to here where your camp is? Because you can that there's a right angle here, and then you can just go this way.
Because I have just seen it, because I climbed the mountain again.
Yeah, you climb the mountain, and you're like, oh, I could have just went this way.
Yeah, I'd probably do that.
Okay, so you do this, and you kind of get a little lost, and you come out over here by the beach, but you follow it back down to where you were.
Yeah.
It's proper raining, and it's night now, and these storms can last a very, very long time.
And I'm probably pretty cold, too.
And you're cold.
Yeah.
So what do? You're cold, you're sitting on this beach.
Alright, I get...
Zoom in, good.
Oh my. Okay, there we go.
You're sitting on this beach in this blurry image.
Does this kind of, offer any shelter by itself, this kind of sheer wall?
You can get real close to it, and it kind of protects against the wind, and there's a little bit of rain coverage, but not much. You're still getting pretty wet, and you gotta stand flat against the rock. Plus, the rock is bloody cold.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're still getting freezing.
Yeah, I'm still getting freezing. I probably lost my coconuts. Coconuts are probably blown away by now.
You've completely lost your coconut.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see here. I guess I'm trying to think if I would actually put in the effort to put up the shelter when it's blowing and raining and terrible.
Or would you just kind of curl up underneath the amount of prom fronds you have?
Yeah, I'd probably maybe grab some palm fronds, kind of go a little bit into the forest, but still by the rock.
Okay, so you're just a little ways in. There's some trees and some stuff. You got slight coverage where you are, but you're still getting freaking soaked.
Yeah.
The wind is howling and it's cold, and you cuddle up underneath some palm fronds, and you're better, but it's still pretty wet.
Yeah, it'd be pretty miserable still.
You're pretty miserable. So do you try to wait out the storm? Do you try to sleep?
I guess I'd probably, there's not really much I could do other than try and find that cave, but that would just be a drowning trap. So yeah, I'd probably just go.
You wait out the cold and the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's raining for a very, very long time. You're sitting there and you're exhausted from all this trudging through the woods, and it's raining, it's pouring, you're cold, and you
I'm hungry.
fall asleep for a little bit, and you're not sure how much.
Mm-hmm.
But you wake up again, and you're cold, your bones and your joints feel stiff almost.
Yeah.
You're just miserable.
Mm-hmm.
But the rain has let up a lot.
Okay.
It's still raining, but it's not, torrential downpour.
Mm-hmm.
It's more just a light rain at this point.
Just a light rain. Alright.
Well, it's still raining. It's not misting. It's
my kindling is probably still dry. Because I put it in the bottle.
It into a bottle.
Okay. So that's something.
Yeah, good luck trying to get it out of the bottle, but...
Good luck getting it out of the bottle.
Because you just shoved it into the bottle, right?
Yeah, pretty much. I probably didn't... I'm trying to think how much kindling would I have actually found. I guess it would have been a fair amount.
You found some, like, dry coconut fluff. I don't know what it's called. And it's pretty old, but you found some of that.
Mm-hmm.
You found some small twigs, shoved them in there with the coconut fluff, and some old palm fronds that just kind of turned to dust when you shoved them in there.
Yeah.
But you have a bit.
Okay, so I have a bit of that. Let's see, it's slightly raining.
You have a knife, so you could just cut the bottle open.
That's true. Let's see here. I think you could probably stick a finger in there and get something out, though. Probably.
Well, you're reaching around, you're shaking it upside down, and you manage to pull out just a small amount of palm frond.
Yeah. Rest of it's pretty caked in there.
It's all pretty crammed in there.
Okay. I guess what I'd do is I'd probably take my knife and cut the top of it off so that it still works as a cup, but you can't really seal it back up again.
Yeah, just like part way into the domey part?
Yeah.
Okay, so you go about an inch and a bit into it, and you start cutting. You cut it all open, and you can get out all your palm fronds and your twigs and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's raining pretty good. It's still raining. It's not, heavy pour, but you risk getting it wet.
Yeah, so I have to put my hand over it, or else it'll get wet.
Yeah, so you're being really careful, and where are you going to put it now? There's nowhere dry to make a fire.
Yeah, not really. I've kind of ruined it now. I guess did I pick up my jacket? Would I have picked up my jacket?
Yeah, you have your sweater.
Yeah, it's probably still soaking wet though.
Yeah, I imagine it's like a hoodie.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Does it have a zipper in the front?
It does have a zipper.
Okay.
All right, so I guess let's see here. I guess I would kind of keep my hand over it. And I'd probably start, I guess, digging like a small pit with my left hand. I guess not like a proper pit, but like just kind of a little indent in the ground to like put the kindling on, and then put something over it. I suppose I still have the palm fronds with me.
Yeah. So you dig a bit of a hole in the wettish mud, sand, dirt,
mm-hmm.
and it's still wet, all of it.
Yeah.
You're digging. You dig a bit of a pit. It's pretty soft now that it's rained so much.
Mm-hmm. So it's not really hard.
You can get a good chunk out.
Mm-hmm.
But it is rooty, and
Mm-hmm. Is it wet enough that they'll actually collapse in on itself, or is it just kind of pretty fine?
It's proper soaked, but you're not digging like a 2-foot deep hole.
Mm-hmm.
You're just kind of making a small indentation in the dirt.
That's true. Yeah.
So you clear away the little bits of plantis matter, and
mm-hmm.
you clear a small spot pretty much.
Okay.
Where it's flat-ish with a bit of a rim around it.
All right. I put it into the hole. Then I'd kind of I guess tear up some of my palm fronds and kind of put it on top.
Okay. You do this.
All right. And then I would try and start a bit of a fire.
Okay. Well, you're striking at it with the flint and steel. Have you ever used a flint and steel before?
Probably not.
No, you have not used a flint and steel. You have no idea what you're doing. You have the flint in one hand, and you're just slapping it with your knife. This occurs to you that this is not what you do. So you take the knife, and you put it, like, blade at it first,
mm-hmm.
and you're, like, trying to carve at it, and you make this big gouge in the flint, and you're like, that's not right either. So... is this a magnesium flint and steel, or is this just a flint and steel?
Let's see here. Magnesium flint and steel. Let's see here. Probably magnesium.
Okay. Because the magnesium strip is very, very flammable. So what you do is you carve out some of the magnesium, and you kind of put it there, and you're striking at the magnesium.
Mm-hmm.
And you do manage... You get a hang of it pretty quick, and you're now making pretty good sparks.
Yeah.
And you do get a little poof of fire.
Mm-hmm. I'm just imagining myself at the dollar store, like, should I buy the magnesium one or the regular one? Magnesium's really flammable.
One is like twice the price.
But magnesium is very flammable, so yeah. I did know
So
that
you
magnesium is pretty good.
you get some smoldering bit, but the palm fronds you threw on top were a little wet.
Hmm. So it's not like going very well.
It's not going very well. What do you do?
What do I do? Okay,
You
so
get like, okay, hold on. I just let you go.
okay, so it's not going very well.
Do you know how to make a fire? Have you ever made a fire before?
Not really actually. So it's
No. Okay, so this is just a sheer streak of luck.
hmm. Yeah, let's see here. Like, it can't be that hard to make a fire if you actually have an instrument to do it, though. It's just kind of.
Flint steel is actually surprisingly tricky. I've made fire with them before. I was in wilderness survival course in high school.
Okay. So it is actually fairly difficult. Anyway.
Yeah, it took about 20 minutes for me to actually get a fire with flint and steel.
Hmm. Okay.
We didn't have the magnesium one. It was
So-
literally just flint and steel.
Everything is wet, except my kindling, which is like slowly, very quickly, actually burning through. The palm fronds aren't really catching.
No, because they're still kind of green.
Yeah. I guess the only thing I can think of is just to kind of desperately look around for something that might have been hiding underneath something that's dry, like maybe a rock or something. So
You don't find anything, and you quickly smolder out.
yeah,
Your fire goes out, and with a poof, it's gone.
yeah. All of my dry kindling, poof.
Well, you still have a little bit. It's burnt, but it kind of got damp, so now it's kind of damp kindling.
Yeah. But
It's still raining pretty good.
yeah, I'd probably put the kindling back into the bottle for whatever's left left of it.
Okay. It's a bit hot, but you scoop it up and put it in the bottle, and you do see that it's kind of melted the inside of the plastic a little.
Yeah, we'll see. If it was like hot enough to melt the bottle, it'd probably like hurt my hands and I'd kind of stop. Probably.
Well, it just kind of blackened it a little bit. You scooped it in the cold side.
Okay. Fair enough. I
Your
suppose.
hand got slightly warm, but it didn't hurt too much.
Okay. All right, so it's kind of lightened up a bit. My bones still hurt. It's kind of nasty out.
1 second. I'm gonna grab my blanket. I have returned.
Welcome back. Okay, so it's still let's see. Is it particularly windy? Just out of curiosity, or is it kind of?
It's not too windy, but it's
Mhm.
there's still some wind, and the rain is really letting up now.
Mhm.
Luckily, it was a pretty short storm,
Mhm.
and you do see some sun peering through the clouds now and then.
Yeah. If only I had been a little bit more patient, I could have just
Waited it out.
waited it out. Yeah. Anyway, guess at this point I would probably go looking for coconuts again.
Okay, so you say fuck the fire. Do you leave all your stuff there by your little makeshift not camp?
Let's see here. Is it at a point where it's like close enough to the beach that I'd be able to find it again, or is it kind of inwards a little bit?
You're close enough where you could easily find it again.
Okay, I
You just
wouldn't.
need to go towards the big rocky cliff, and you can see that from where you're sitting.
I wouldn't be too worried about it. I'd leave it there.
Okay, so you stash everything there. You kind of tuck it in between a few of your logs. that
Maybe
you
I
hit
wrap
over.
my what is it? My jacket
Sweater?
around it. Yeah.
Yeah, you wrap your jacket around it, and you kind of tuck it all in between the two logs. It ain't going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, there's gonna need to be a Gale 5 hurricane before that happens.
Yeah.
So then you kind of head along the beach a little ways, just a little ways in, and you're searching, and you do find a few coconut trees, and you do find maybe 3 coconuts that are all fallen on the ground.
Yeah. I'd grab them all, just kind of like balancing
Okay.
the third one between my arms, I guess.
You kind of just bear hug the coconuts. You don't have
Yeah.
any problem carrying all 3 of them back.
Mm-hmm. So I'd carry them all back. I guess. Let's see.
This did not take you long, but the rain is really letting up at this point, and it's almost sunny again.
Alright, so the question is, how would one open up a coconut? The only thing I can really think of is hitting it against a hard rock.
Yeah, but remember, you do have a knife.
I do have a knife. I've never actually properly opened up a coconut before with a knife. I've been able to kind of, I guess, strip away most of the
The bark.
the chaff, the stuff on the outside.
I don't know anything about coconuts, so
Yeah, they don't usually call it chaff.
I called it bark.
Yeah, it's probably closer to bark, really.
Well, it's kind of furry and barkish.
Mm-hmm. I guess, let's see here.
I imagine it would make a decent insulator if you could trap it in between two layers.
Probably could. So this kind of like sheer wall, how high is it?
It's pretty high. Maybe about 10, 15 feet.
10, 15 feet. Okay. Do I see...
Kind of rocky at the bottom.
Like, is it like pretty much like a sheer wall all around, or is there some bits where you can kind of climb the wall? You think?
It's pretty sheer.
Yeah, so I don't see anything that would let me get up there, really.
No, but you can go around it. Like, the whole thing isn't very long.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can look to your left, and you kind of just see where it goes down, and then there's just pretty much flat again.
Oh, okay.
And then there's just a mild incline.
Yeah, I'd go up that, and then I'd kind of, let's see, while on top of the sheer wall, I would look around to see if I see any rocks by the wall. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I go and find a big rock.
Go find a big rock. Okay, you're standing at the bottom of the cliff.
Yes.
And you look directly down, and there's many flattish rocks that you can see have fallen off of this sheer cliff over the years.
Okay, I'd probably kind of arrange them together so that, like, it wouldn't be hard to hit one with a coconut by the wall. And then I go around,
This doesn't take much work because it's basically all just rocky here.
Okay.
All you'd have to do is throw it at the wall and you'd hit a rock.
Yeah. So, yeah, go up the incline, get on top of the wall, and I throw a coconut as hard as I can at the pile of rocks.
Straight down at the pile of rocks.
This would probably take a couple times, to be honest. But
yeah, you do this a few times. Every time you do this, it strikes with quite a bit of force and bounces off. Did you shear the coconut first?
No, I didn't.
You did not, no. So it's all furry and got like all that padding.
So how much time do I waste?
You waste numerous hours doing this. But the rain has completely stopped and the sun has come out again.
Yeah.
So you're starting to warm up just from sunlight.
Mm-hmm. And I have no progress on this coconut. There's no cracks or anything.
No.
Okay. At that point, I would kind of realize that I have to do something to this coconut for this to work.
Yeah, you need to, like, shear the coconut. So you go back down, you collect the coconut.
I think
and
maybe
you're
if
like,
it was
this ain't gonna
like,
work.
if it was not like a green coconut and it was actually like all dried out and brown, this probably would work.
Probably, but I know nothing about coconut, so I'm saying you have to shear it first.
Okay. I have actually done this on concrete before, without like shearing it, just like threw it at the ground.
Yeah, does it just break in half?
Yep. Yeah, you lose all the coconut milk, but yeah, you do have like a
coconut flesh.
Yeah, you got coconut flesh you can eat.
Okay, well then let's say yes, you succeed and you've broken a coconut in half. The milk splashes everywhere.
Yeah.
And one of the halves fly off quite violently.
Yeah. Okay, so I'd have my first meal of coconut meat.
Okay. You sit down and you start eating the coconut.
It's pretty quick. It's gonna be gone pretty quick, but it's still a nice meal, I would say. Considering.
You do realize that this probably isn't the freshest coconut. Probably been sitting around for quite some time.
Yeah, they stay pretty good though. Like when
do they?
I don't know. I've never actually had maybe if you had like a really brown one, like really brown, it's been there for like a really long time, and maybe there's already a hole in the coconut. Maybe you'd get kind of like a sort of rotten coconut, but generally they're pretty good.
They are? Okay. Well, it doesn't taste super fresh, but there's no holes in it or anything, so you keep eating it, and you're fine.
Yeah.
So you eat your first coconut, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now you have like... So how much of the coconut do you actually eat? Like I know the white part, but then there's still like a shell around it.
You don't eat the shell, you just eat the white part.
Yeah, you just eat the white part. So there's still like a shell and it stays intact.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have 2 coconut bowls now?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, plus 2 coconut bowls.
So I realized that this would probably be pretty good for a bowl. So I guess I'd probably collect them and put them someplace.
You've eaten a fair bit of it out. There's still like some small bits of white that you can't quite get out with your knife.
Yeah.
But
whatever.
It's decent. You have 2 coconut bowls now.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm probably still fairly hungry. I'd probably do this for the rest of the coconuts as well, if I was...
Okay. You do this with
Yeah.
the other 2 coconuts, and it takes some time, but you do smash them all open and eat them one at a time.
Yeah.
Now you have a total of like 6 coconut bowls.
Yeah, so I'd be pretty happy with myself, I would think. I got like,
Some
ooh,
of-
that was a nice meal.
2 of them have like shattered, so they're not full coconut bowls.
Mhm.
So let's say you have 4.
Okay, 4 coconut bowls. I would check the tide pool at this point.
Okay. You do notice the tide has come in and went out.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing left in the tide pools. Again, you're shit out of luck.
Okay, fair
But
enough.
you do realize that you could extend them by piling rocks near them and kind of maybe make them better traps.
Make a U shape.
Make a big U shape. You do see that you could do something with these and possibly make it better.
Yeah.
This little voice nagging in your head is like, spam, make better tide pools.
Like, wow, let's see. I've never made a tide pool before. Maybe if I just put these rocks in a U formation.
So you do this.
I do, yes. Usually, the voices in my head never steer me wrong.
Okay. So following this little voice in your head, which you assume you're just getting super, super lonely and hearing voices now, you pile up these rocks in little artificial U shapes,
Mhm.
little tide pools.
Mhm.
And this does not take you long at all.
Oh man, I could do this like on the entire beach, man.
You could have a decent source of tide pools.
So I then do that. I make tons of U's on the beach.
Okay, you quickly run out of rocks, but
Okay.
you make maybe about 5 or 6 tide pools.
Okay, right next to each other.
Yeah, all along the beach.
Okay.
And just on the other side of that little rocky part.
Hmm. I assume
So-
these are like fairly kind of big U's. They're not like little tiny U's.
No, they're fairly big.
Yeah.
Maybe like, if you held your arms out in U shape,
Yeah, I could
About
definitely see
that
how
big.
I would run out of rocks.
out of rocks.
Mhm.
So if you know, you kind of put your arms just a little ways out from your monitor
Hmm.
and just kind of did that
Yeah.
in U shape with bent elbows,
Mhm.
that's how big they are.
Okay. So I've eaten some coconuts. I'm probably feeling pretty good. I do know
Yeah.
that you can't really survive on coconuts.
No, and coconut is a natural laxative.
So yeah, lots of pooping.
Yeah, you do have to go poop, and you do that, and it's runny.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I guess like I haven't probably eaten enough coconuts for it to be runny quite yet, unless I ate something runny on the plane.
Well, this is your first poop since you've gotten here. It has been 2 days, so I guess you were plugged up, and then the coconuts just flushed you right out.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So I probably would actually, I guess. I'm trying to think of where I would actually go.
Poop?
Yeah.
Well,
I could
okay,
dig
the
a
voice
hole.
in your head suggests going a little ways away from your camp and
Yeah.
digging a bit of a hole.
Let's see here.
You take one of the shattered pieces of coconut because you realize it might make a good shovel.
Hmm. Well, I don't know. It'd be kind of hard. They're not very thin. Those those
Probably
coconut
better
balls.
than your hand.
What?
Probably better than your hand.
Oh, hold on a second. I'm looking up coconut bowls on the internet because I'm not sure that this would work.
Okay, me neither, because I know nothing about coconuts.
Coconut bowl. Depends. If you actually like bother to like cut off all of the chaff, then you can make a pretty nice coconut bowl.
Yeah. In my mind, you kind of shattered it a little bit. Okay. I'll search coconut. Yeah, well, if you peeled off a fair bit of the chaff, and it's kind of shattered when you smashed it,
Mhm.
so you kind of do have a bit of a sharp bit. that
Yeah.
you
By the
could
way,
use
these
to
images
make-
of coconuts that's not a whole coconut. By the way, that's not what they look like.
I know, they've got, like, more on top.
Yeah.
More like fluff.
Hmm.
And then they've got, like, a green skin on the outside.
Sometimes,
Green
depending on
brown.
how old they are.
Yeah, I know. I watched Castaway. He smashed some coconuts.
But I've seen coconuts in real life. Whole coconuts. Anyway.
I've seen them in the grocery store. That's about it.
Yeah. Anyway, so I probably would not have coconut bowls. I'd probably have like some halves of coconuts that I've just kind of saved somewhere.
Yeah, they would look closer to like this minus the white, but more like stuff around them.
Yeah, much more stuff around them. They probably wouldn't make very good shovels, to be perfectly honest.
No? Okay.
Yeah.
You decided it would not make a good shovel.
Yeah. So I guess, let's see, how long is it how long of a walk is it to like follow the beach to the left and onto that sort of rocky bit that's like kind of looks like that, yeah. Bottom left of the map.
It's not too far.
Maybe about like 5-minute walk or something.
Maybe 10.
That'd be a pretty long time to hold your poop, to be honest.
Five, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, I guess I would try and hold it.
If you go faster, you could make it.
Yeah, I'd run over and see if I could make it.
Okay.
If not, I'd probably
you waddle all the way over there. Where close to here do you actually wish to poop?
Let's see here. I'd probably just poop in a pile, like up next to the rock.
Okay, so you just kind of lean up against the rock and poop?
Yeah, I wouldn't bother digging a hole.
Do you kick sand over it when you're done?
Yeah, probably. It's not really that much effort to just kick sand over it.
Okay, you kick some sand over it, but while you're over there, you do see that there's little crab tracks in the sand.
Ooh.
They're tiny, but you do see some.
I would go looking for crabs at this point. I don't even wipe my butt. Just go.
Well, you have
crabs.
nothing to really wipe it with.
Yeah, except maybe my jacket, which I left back at the.
You could smear sand on it, but I think that would be more uncomfortable than if you did nothing.
Yeah, so I deal with it.
You could kind of wash it in the water.
That's true. I could. But I leave it for now.
Okay. You just kind of put your pants back on.
Yeah. I try to remember not to scratch my ass.
Okay. You go up. You kind of go up a little ways, and it's kind of shallowish water. And you do see a crab scurrying down underneath the water.
Underneath the water, okay, so...
Underneath the water.
I reckon that I'm probably faster than a crab is underwater, so I go and try and snatch it.
Okay. Now the crab is pretty small.
Mm-hmm.
You do manage to catch it, but it's making quite a fight, and you get pinched several times by little pinchers.
Oh yeah, I'd grab the little pinchers.
Okay, but before you do this, you do manage to get pinched a couple times.
Okay, so it was a very strong crab, despite being very small.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he draws blood in one occasion, but it's tiny, tiny cut.
Okay, so he's very tiny. Let's see here. Do I reckon that there'd be there would be like a tiny mouthful in the claws, or would it be mostly bone?
It would be mostly bone.
Yeah, let's look up pictures of crabs. So, it'd be like this.
It would be something kind of like these.
Are they kind of
tiny?
Are they sort of like soft shell, or are they kind of regular hard shell like you'd see with any crab?
It's got a pretty hard shell.
Okay. I think I would definitely try and crack it open at some point. Maybe not here.
Do you carry him back, or do you try to squish it or kill it first?
What would I do? I don't. Let's see. Do I have my knife with me? I suppose I can. That's probably fair to say that I do have my knife with me.
It's a small pocket knife. We can say you have it in your pocket.
Yeah. Okay. I feel kind of bad for this crab now. I don't really know how to kind of kill it without basically ruining the meat.
Me neither.
So,
I've never eaten a crab.
Oh wait, no. I've heard that you can kind of kind of cut off their head somehow, but I don't know how you would do that without like a really strong equipment. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, you probably would need like something really strong to like cut through the shell that they have for their head. It's not just like a different vertebrae, is it? Okay. I guess let's see. Okay, I guess I've let go of one of his claws at this point, and I've
Okay.
and I kind of hold it again. Let's see, against maybe a hard rock.
Okay.
I hold my knife over like half of his body. I'm going to try and cut him in half.
Are you cutting him in half the long way or the short way? So like down the middle where your legs are in each side, or are you kind of cutting him so it's claws on one side, legs on the other?
Down the middle, like the yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you kind of crush him, and you quickly realize that raw crab meat is kind of just gooey slime.
Oh, so I find this out then. I've never heard of this. I never knew about this.
Yeah, I didn't know about this either until I watched the movie where Tom Hanks did the same thing.
Okay, so it's kind of gooey slime.
And it just kind of goops everywhere, and it looks very unappetizing.
Let's see here. I'm trying to. The thing is that they do have like I probably cut into his stomach or something, probably.
Yeah. So there's also some black stuff that you recognize as probably digestive crap.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of like, yeah, this wasn't smart.
No, not smart.
Not smart. Okay.
So what do you do with your dead crab now?
I kind of feel a little bit bad.
Do you go and like put him in the tide pool so he can at least act as bait?
That would be very smart. I'm not sure if I would have thought of that.
Do you think of this? Roll a d20. Do you think of this?
Hold on a second. Where's the random?
I don't have a d20. I have a d6.
Random.org. Random.org.
I rolled a 2. You do not think of this.
1d20. 1d20. Generate. I rolled a 7. I do not think of this.
Okay. So what do you do with the crab? Do you just throw him back into the water and pretend it didn't happen?
Let's see here.
Do you dig a hole and give him a proper burial?
I think I'm just gonna put him on like right where the beach meets the forest. Just kind of right there. See if maybe like some bugs come and get him or something, or what happens to him. Yeah.
Okay.
So I put him there. Maybe like now that I know that there's kind of crabs in the area, maybe I'd search for something larger, like a larger crab.
Are you sure you want to do this, or do you want to like make a fire first so you can cook the bastard?
Let's see here. Might be kind of
It
smart.
occurs to you that you might need
a fire. Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just gonna get a bigger slimy crab.
Yeah. Okay.
Do you make a fire here because you know there's crabs here, or do you go all the way back to your house or your base?
Let's see here. I think I go all the way back to my base, and let's see here. I guess I see if my bucket full of kindling has dried.
Okay. Did you put it out in the sun?
Let's see here. Wherever I made that tried to make that fire earlier, it'd be right there, probably.
It's not in the sun. No.
Okay.
It's kind of just wedged in between two logs that you stashed all your crap in.
Still a little bit damp then.
Wrapped in your soaking wet hoodie.
Mm-hmm. So even more damp then.
It's wet.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see here. How much of a wind is there?
Not much. It's pretty calm, but there's a bit of a wind from one direction.
All right. Let's see here. Is it the direction? Is it blowing against or like?
Your rock, you have a nice area.
Say again. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
By your rock.
By the rock.
The big cliffy place.
Yes.
There's a nice area where you get almost no wind.
Okay. Is the Wow. Terrible connection all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's just dying.
Alright.
In between.
Maybe I should call you back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Alright.
Are you gonna save this audio?
Yeah, it's gonna be saved, so.
Okay.
Alright. See you in a
Bye.
second, imaginary audience. Ooh. Hello.
Okay, where were we?
We were. Let's see here. I had just, killed a crab for no reason.
Yeah, I found a picture of what raw crab meat looks like if you just cut your crab in half.
Okay. Let's see here. Let me. Why is it? Okay, there we go. So, share your screen. Or share it with me, I guess. Oh, no, you already have, haven't you? Ooh.
I sent you a link.
Click. Ah, so it is kind of gooey then.
Yeah. That looks like what it looked like on the show.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wonder why, because, they do molt their shell occasionally.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about crab anatomy.
Weird. Anyway. Is that like a big crab, or is that just a small crab? Or is that just...
That's a rather large crab, but I imagine the meat is very similar from large to small.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not like a baby cow has vastly different bone structure than a big bull cow.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
So I imagine they're similar.
actually, having seen this now, it's I seem to know why they boil crabs now.
Because it wouldn't be a good idea to break them open.
Yeah. Okay.
So you're
have a bit of
back at your little rocky encampment.
Okay.
You've left the crab at the beach, the area,
Mm-hmm.
and you're just standing there.
I am. I'm just standing there. All right. I am going to Let's see here. Why did I come back? I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah, my kindling. I wanted to go grab my wet kindling.
Your kindling is wet.
Yes, and you told me that there was like a wind, so I was going to ask, is the sheer wall, does it kind of protect me from the wind at all, or is it kind of going against the wall?
You can protect yourself from the wind a little bit with the wall. It's the wall.
And now you're breaking up again. Damn it. Okay, so.
It's not.
Why does the internet keep messing up?
Can't fully protect you, but an internet problem between you.
So it can't fully protect me, but
Okay,
it can do something.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Okay, whatever. I guess I'll just, put my, let's see, bring my, what do I want to do? Yeah. I guess I'll bring my kindling back with me to where I found the crabs, place it maybe on a rock somewhere. And then go searching for maybe some wood or something that might catch fire in the woods there.
Okay, you go all the way over here. You kind of set it up on this big rocky part here. You can kind of find somewhere, and you set it there.
Somewhere where I'll have poop.
Sunlight.
Hopefully.
You're eating breakfast now.
Yeah, I am. It's probably pretty loud, huh?
No, I can see you in the video. Nice. Okay, you set it there in the sunlight to dry out, and you go back to the woods-ish area, and you try to find some more wood and kindling and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You do gather some more dry stuff. It's drier than what you have currently. Still a bit damp from the rainstorm yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You find some sticks, some fair-sized ones, some coconut fluff.
Mm-hmm.
And you have enough for a small fire.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Do you return back to your rock? Here with the crabby rock.
Yeah,
Place
I
we're gonna
returned to
call
Crabby
Crab
Rock.
Rock. Okay, you return to Crab Rock.
Then I kind of
Um,
maybe not right next to the rock, but I dig maybe a hole sort of there. Yeah, sort of where it
Okay.
kind of goes into like a little triangle towards the rock, the beach.
Okay. You pick a good spot and you triangulate using geometry.
Yeah.
And by that I mean you spin in a circle and sit down in the sand.
Uh huh.
You start digging with your hands. You get a small pit.
Okay.
You just dig a pretty small pit.
Yeah, like I should. Anyway, so that then I guess anything small I throw into the pit, and anything big I put over top the pit.
Okay. Do you know how to make a fire? What style of fire making do you use?
I use a complete fire illiterate style.
Okay. You deftly pile all your small things and you put all the big things on top of it. You've kind of just got this lump. Do you aim for any sort of shape? Are you making like a box, a teepee?
Probably something like a teepee, probably.
Okay. So you do know to make a little teepee and put the small things on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Do you leave an open face to where you are to the small things?
I definitely want to be able to get my hands in there, but maybe it's not like particularly huge. It depends on how much stuff and how tightly together it fits, really.
So you make a decent sized little fire start place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you start making fire? You strike this flint and steel?
Yep, let's give it a shot.
Okay, knowing you've done this before last time and it was decently successful. It takes you a little bit, but you do get it to spark and light up.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And you have a little bit of a fire, but it's not quite catching quite yet.
Okay.
What do you do?
What do I do? Let's see here. So basically what's happening is just kind of nothing's happening, basically.
You have a bit of a smoldering spot, but it's not catching.
Oh, I blow on it.
You blow on. Okay, so you go real close and you just gently blow on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it lights up. The whole thing goes whoosh, and within minutes you've got a proper fire. But you're gonna run out of wood if you don't dock it a bit more.
Okay, but it's probably pretty dry now.
It's fairly dry, yeah.
Okay. As a proper fire, I wouldn't be able to put this out unless I threw sand on it, probably.
Yeah, or water.
Okay. Maybe I would kind of, let's see, do a victory dance and just kind of warm up by the fire for a second, even though it's like probably a blistering day.
Doodly-doo, ding! Achievement get! Made fire.
Yeah.
Achievement get! Fire noob.
Yeah. So anyway, I guess I'm fairly happy with myself. That maybe, let's see here.
It boosts morale a little bit.
Yeah.
And you're feeling better already.
So maybe I go, let's see, just kind of check around just to make sure, like, is there anything to just throw on top of this fire as far as, like, food goes? I just gotta look around for maybe about 2 minutes. And if I don't find anything, I throw sand on the fire to put it out.
Okay.
I heard
Hello?
none of that. I heard none of that.
Okay. I didn't hear anything you said either.
Okay.
You're cutting out pretty bad.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need a big breakfast and try next. Hello?
Hello? What'd you say?
I think we might need to break for breakfast
Okay.
and then try again after.
Sounds good.
The internet's being crap. Maybe it'll be better in like an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to you later.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh, I'm bloody awful, aren't I? Jesus. Say I'm gonna be back in like 5 minutes or like 12 minutes later.
Okay, where were we? You had made a fire on the beach,
Mm-hmm.
and you were about to go crab hunting, I think.
Yeah, I think what happened was made a fire, looked for crabs, didn't find any, so I decided to put it out with sand. And that was it.
No, you weren't gonna put it out yet. You were like going to make it bigger because it was gonna go out itself, wasn't it?
But I think what happened, like what I thought was, let's see, I started the fire like yay, but I had nothing to cook. So then I looked around briefly for like some, just to see if there's a crab like just around the corner, and there wasn't. So I put it out with put it out with sand to not run, to not waste all the wood that I had. Basically.
Okay, because there's super shortage of wood.
Mm-hmm.
It took you all of 10 minutes to get that wood.
Exactly. So that's what happened, and
Okay, so you kicked the sand onto the fire and put it out.
yeah.
It took you longer to make the fire than it did for you to find the wood, but who knows?
Yeah. Okay. So I put out the fire.
You do notice the tide is starting to come in.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. That probably would put out my fire anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Tide's coming in. I run to my traps. I guess my fish traps.
Okay, all of your horseshoe tide holes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you run along the beach checking all of your tide holes, and they're just starting to fill up with water.
Okay.
With each passing wave, there's just a little bit more water in each of them.
I sit there and watch them for a while.
Okay, you sit down on the beach and just watch the tide come in.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea how long it takes to go from low tide to high tide.
Okay. So.
Not the soap tide. How frequently are tides? There we go. That's what I want to know. Low tide, high tide, low tide, high tide. What? Moon frequency of tides. There are two tidal birds causing moon's position changes. These bulges.
Something about 50 minutes to catch up to the moon. Not sure what that's about.
A lunar day is how long it takes for one point of the Earth to make one circle rotation and end up in the same spot relation to the moon. The reason that a lunar day is longer than 24 hours because a moon rotates around the Earth in the same direction as the Earth is spinning. It takes the Earth an extra 50 minutes to catch up to the moon.
Okay.
Okay. So tide can take a while.
Well, gravity pulls the ocean towards the moon. High tides occur. Nobody knows. Wow.
So nobody knows how long tide takes.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take for the tide to go out?
That seems like probably a question that would be answered.
This one. How long does it for the tide to rise? Therefore, the tidal cycle is ba-da-da-ba-da-da. Because of this, high and low tides are about 50 minutes later.
Every day.
Each day, the tides are caused mainly by gravitational attraction to... Okay, well, let's say it takes an hour, then.
So,
That's
hello, imaginary audience.
Information.
We just figured out how tides work.
Well, I kind of already knew what they told me. It's just I didn't know how long exactly it took.
Yeah.
So.
Okay,
I
so I
Says
spent
it's
about
50
an
minutes.
hour watching the tides.
Yeah, you sit there for about an hour watching the waves slowly wash up the beach. And
10 minutes in, I
slowly
probably
builds up.
grab another one of my soda waters and down that.
Okay, you sit there sipping your soda water, watching the tide. It's quite peaceful, in fact. You're enjoying the sunshine on your legs. You're kind of sitting half in the shade, so your eyes are covered.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite peaceful.
And boring, I guess.
Listening to the tide. And you fall asleep for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Just because of the warm sunshine. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm.
You wake up, your legs are very, very hot. You may have got some slight sunburn.
Yeah. So, Okay, so I guess I check up on the on my little tide pools then. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's get a big view of the island again. Yeah. Okay. A voice in my head says, go finish your shelter." Yes. I respond yes. Let's do that. Let's do that voice in my head. Okay, so am I like I guess I'm probably somewhere like in the middle, like between the poop rock and the sheer cliff, right? Okay. So I guess I go up to the my sheer cliff, and then let's see, I guess try and find my supplies there and start. Right. Okay. Yeah, let's take inventory. Let's take inventory. Excellent idea, voice in my head. Nah, I'm probably fine. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see here. One plastic cup, basically. Oh, plus comb. Yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent idea, voice in my head. I make a note of this. I don't know how I make a note of this, considering I don't have pen and paper. Voice in my head, what do you think I should do? Okay, we're getting excited, yeah. Empty bottle with cap. Bottle with cap. Plus, yeah, bottle with cap. Soda water bottle. Oh! For coconut, pristine coconut halves, I guess. Something like that. Okay. 3 tallest logs. Okay. Yeah, so I guess kind of flat rocks don't work very well for let's see here, the stuff, the stuff with the thing, you know, voice in my head, the stuff that will get me food eventually, maybe. No. Yes, that thing. Okay. That's why I opened the coconuts on, probably. Okay. Okay. I think I am going to, let's see here. How thick are those flat rocks? Like, are they hard to move, or are they like pretty, like, just flat? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Interesting. Alright. So. Okay. Okay, so I have... How many of these rocks do I have? Like more than 3? Okay. So I'm gonna like balance the 3 tallest logs against the sheer cliff. I'm probably gonna do this right where like the beach meets the forest again. Yeah, and then I'm going to kind of let's see. I guess have some. Hold on a second. Wait a second. How big are these rocks? Like, are they they're not as long as the logs, right? No, the flat rocks. Oh, each one. Okay. Okay, so I have the 3 logs kind of leaned up against the sheer cliff, and I get one of the rocks and kind of put it up against one of the logs on the side. Kind of like think like on the bottom. Right. Hold on a second. I'm like confusing myself now. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Like a how far? Let's see. How far apart am I putting them? Let's see the logs from each other. I probably let's see here. How thick are the logs? Okay. Okay. Okay, I guess probably maybe like a gap of, let's see here. Okay, so it's about that size. About an arm's length from each other, I guess. Let's from shoulder to fingertip between see shoulder to fingertip between space between each log. All right. Okay, got that lined up against. It kind of makes it hard to brace each. Well, I guess I can just okay. So true. So. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But, all right, so it's. I suppose I kind of need it because I'm having trouble visualizing what this looks like. Mm-hmm. Okay. So it's a bit like the ground's a bit kind of rocky and uneven, maybe a bit of dirt here and there, right? And sandy dirt. Okay. Okay. Alright. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of make a small pile of rocks at the base of each log to kind of keep it from moving around that much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty hard ground. Okay. I guess Maybe now I would see like if any of the palm fronds I have are long enough to be kind of woven between the logs, kind of like just kind of alternating between being on the outside or the inside of the tent area. PALM. They're usually fairly long. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I suppose another thing is that they're not. They usually don't bend very well. Palm fronds, I don't think. It, it probably depends on like, let's see if it's actually from a palm tree, and let's see maybe if it's like kind of if it's new or if it's old and like fallen off like ages ago. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That is an excellent idea, voice in my head. Let's do that. Yeah. So let's go looking for some greenish trees. Mm-hmm. Mm. Okay. Yeah, let's go collect some bark. Let's see. The whole young tree. Okay, so how big is this young tree? It's like less than my height. Comes about chin. There's how wide is it? It's like I can put my arm around it or put my hand around it. Okay. Let's see here. And what was this? The idea voice in my head? I wasn't really listening. I'm just kidding. But I don't. Let's say I didn't absorb it very well. Mm-hmm. Okay. I would need a lot of these, I would think. Okay. I think this is an excellent idea. So, I guess I spend, I guess probably like an hour collecting these things. I guess I'd probably... Yeah. Okay, I will. I go back to my logs and attempt to start weaving them, depending on how bendy they are. I guess. Yes. So I guess they're probably not long enough to go to all three logs. Probably maybe the first two logs and maybe able to kind of loop back around. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. I think I'll do that. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. So, let's see. It's taking a really long time to weave these things together, and taking a lot of effort. Okay. So it's still strictly sound. And there might be a better way. Hmm. Oh no, I did not. Let's see here. The only thing I can really think of is maybe like using a different material. Let's see. Yeah, they have palm fronds, coconut halves, soda water bottles, and rocks. Let's see here. But let's see. The only thing I can really think of is maybe just kind of let's see here. Just putting a bunch of palm fronds on top and just kind of let's see here. I guess sort of tucking it behind the log so that it doesn't really have to bend that much, but it'll stay in place. Let's see here. Right. Oh, now I understand. I get it. Okay, so let's see here. I stick. Let's see. I start doing it vertical instead of horizontal. I start sticking it into the woven area. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so maybe I need to collect some more then. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. So I stick them in the in the woven area. Mm-hmm. Okay, so a half wall. You're saying? Are you talking about the sheer cliff? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Times three. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Well, that would be a good way of. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. If they're long enough, I could just kind of brace them with rocks. I guess, just kind of like keeping them not long enough. So okay. Mm-hmm. I guess I could make another weave at. Let's see at the bottom. And stick them in there, or the middle. That is also a good idea. That also works. Mm-hmm. I think I should listen to the voice in my head. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yes. It's kind of like wind will blow straight through. Yeah, right through the hole. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. Inside the tent? Just on the edge. Okay. That's what I was thinking, yeah. Okay, so, but as far as closing it off, I guess I could sort of, let's see, wrap a sapling around the log and maybe just sort of, let's see, kind of have a sort of, almost like one of those bead doors where it's kind of like beads are hanging and then you just kind of like walk through it, but with palm fronds. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 I need like some soft sand or something. Oh yeah, I do have a hoodie. So I guess I put my hoodie in there. Yeah. Maybe I'll put like put it on a big rock outside first. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay, so go. Yes. Or the voice in my head did. So, voice in my head, what should I do now? Oh, you're right, voice in my head. Let's see here. I guess I go back and recycle some of the stuff from my old fire and bring it over. I go check him. Fapping about. Mm-hmm. I definitely want to check them out. Mm-hmm. 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 Yes. Is there any chance that he could really jump out and into the water again? Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, I want to get to the other side of the. I want to be on the side with the water, like the ocean. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just to see what happens, I look to see if there's like a big rock next to me, and I want to drop it on the fish. Okay, then I get in that case. In that case, I just try and grab it. Ah, so it did this all very quickly. Happened very quickly. Mm-hmm. No chance to react. Like, I smacked the fish in midair. Yeah. So maybe I'll be less startled next time. I say to the voice in my head, "Hey, stop being mean," and I hit myself in the head. uh, okay, so let's see here. Okay, so there's no like any driftwood or anything. I suppose it doesn't matter because it'd be all wet anyway. But okay, I guess I'd look briefly to see if there's any crabs by Crab Rock while I'm here. Okay, I got. Let's see. I guess I just kind of go like walk back, but closer into the forest to see if I see any easily grabbed like firewood or kindling. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. I'm starting to think that the voice in my head is going more like more crazy as I go crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I was just thinking about a shell. Voice in my head, actually. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I do have a knife, so I do have like a tool already. I do have a knife. Oh, my hoodie's dry. Okay, I grab it and just kind of throw it into the tent. Okay. Okay, so I was going to make a fire, so I guess I will follow the advice of the voice in my head and put it right by the front entrance, but not inside. So I got some kindling, but I don't really have any like big logs or anything. So I guess I did make a small little hole for the kindling and throw it in there. Oh yeah, it is very rocky, isn't it? So it'll probably take a little while. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Hmm. I go over to the coconuts. Hmm. How is how dark is it? Like, can I still see in the woods? Oh, it's proper night. Okay, definitely not then. Okay, I so I still haven't. I need to get some firewood, proper firewood. Yes. Okay. Hmm. Yeah, I go. Let's see. I go ahead and light the kindling on fire, and maybe throw on some extra, some of the stuff that I didn't use for my tent. The what is it? Yeah, the saplings. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I'm sure that I can find some more, maybe. Unless I've completely cleared. Oh, wait, I did clear the area, didn't I? Very quickly. Yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. But like, surely if it spends enough time in a fire, like the green will eventually be gone and it'll actually burn. Just doesn't burn very well. With very pitiful fire. I guess, okay, let's see. I will go and try and find some proper firewood in the forest. Just, but making sure that I don't lose sense of yeah, so I don't lose sight of the fire. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I grab some firewood, bring it back, see if the fire is still going. Stick it on. I'm probably still pretty hungry. Only ate some coconuts. Not used to just eating coconuts. Alright. I -1 to strength. Minus. Yes. Yeah. Well, I have my little thing, my hoodie. Yeah. I probably should have just like put on the hoodie instead of starting the fire. That probably would have kept me plenty warm. Anyway, so I'm asleep now. -1 to belly. -1 to belly. All right, and then I guess I wake up. Okay. Do. Okay. There was something that probably I should have done much earlier. I guess let's see here. I'll drink some morning soda water. my last bottle. I guess I'll drink half of it and then cap it off again. Alright, and let's see, my empty bottle with the cap. I'm going to try and find a place that looks like if it somehow got wet, it would like kind of dribble into the bottle if I placed it right up against it. You know, as far as the sheer wall. Yeah. That would be. Let's see. It would be the one with the cap. Yeah. Oh no, not the full. Like I do have an empty bottle with a cap too. I mean the empty bottle with a cap. Yes. And it's completely intact. It just does not have any water in it. Okay, well, it won't work very well because the tapered top of the bottle. Yeah, I guess it probably wouldn't. You think so, voice in my head? Alright, I guess, let's see, I'm not sure that this is going to work amazingly well, but I trust the voice in my head anyway, and I grabbed my plastic cup with, and I washed it up in the ocean a little bit, because it was, because there was lots of, like, dirt and stuff in it. Yeah, I think I'd probably get some other rocks, like, around to kind of, I guess, actually prop it up and push it against the rock so that's more flatter against the rock as well, if I can. So I do that. And then... tools. Well, I do have a knife. And that is a pretty useful tool. Palm fronds. Let's see here. I guess I like to chop down like a big tree, yeah. What did like a seashell like hold up for holding, like, breaking down like an entire tree though? But like you can also like I also have a knife. Do you think it would work better than actually just trying just kind of I guess gnawing at the tree with the knife, just kind of like slash slash slash. I have idea. Let's see here. I think I will try to find some more saplings. So I guess I've already like cleared out that one area. So I guess I'll start looking for another area with saplings. All right. So let's see. I collect maybe like. Yeah, one trip's worth, and then I'll bring it back to my camp. Okay. So now that I have it at my camp, what I'd like to do is maybe get like one of the stiffer saplings, if I have any stiff ones. Let's see, do I have one? That would make like a good like shaft. Okay. Let's see here. Maybe I'll kind of I'll go looking for maybe a strong stick for a shaft then. Yeah. Oh yeah, I get out my knife and just begin cutting it at the base. Oh, that's nice. Swiss Army knife would be great to have. It would be like probably something you could buy in a dollar store. A fish scaler. Dang. Anyway, so on the way back, I'm just kind of sharpening the end of this stick. Yeah. Okay. I guess like there hasn't really been any tide, but I guess I go to take a brief look at all of the tide pools just to make sure that there's nothing that's crawled in there. by magic, yes. Yeah, let's see. Is the water deeper by Crab Rock as well? Yeah. Let's go over to Crab Rock. Good idea. Voice in my head. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it doesn't have to be a coconut necessarily, but... Yeah, I do know who Willson is, though. Yeah, I remove my shoes and socks. I make sure to kind of put them up very high on the, probably where the sand meets the forest. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I go over there. Go swimming. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Where's it kind of... What is its surroundings, this fish? Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking now that maybe it would have been a good idea to maybe make some sort of fish trap, but I don't know how I would do that. I guess kind of like be able to scare the fish into the fish trap. I remember the. Let's see here. I remember that there was like this kind of like tidal cave that I saw around here. Yeah, it's like on the other side of the mountain, isn't it? Okay. I guess I decided that I might as well get some practice trying to spear fish. So I guess I tried sneakily swim up to the fish? Question mark. How far away is this fish? Like, how many footsteps away? Mm-hmm. Okay, what I'd like to do is I'd probably like to close the distance by about halfway and then see if the fish wants to get any closer to me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Blah. All right, I decided to check out. Let's see. Go along the long way around the mountain to look at the tidal pool again, or tidal cave. Really? Okay. Okay. I'm a pretty okay swimmer. I'm out of shape, so I am out of shape though. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. Oh my. Hmm. Okay, I'm immediately interested in this, and I make sure to start kind of pile everything higher up so that it doesn't get washed away. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I guess I look at the ocean. I see how violent the waves seem to be. Okay, I'm thinking that maybe like swimming. I'm I'm a little bit nervous that if I go like swimming like right up against the rocks, I'm going to be beaten by waves against the rocks. A little bit. Okay, I guess I want to get. Let's see. Where was the cave again? Mm-hmm. Did I have to go swimming to it last time, or was it just? I just saw it. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll go swimming to see if I can find any more fish. I think. But I say be careful not to make sure that I can get out of the way of the rocks if the waves come. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I've never really tried to open my eyes under salt water. I never did try opening my eyes underneath salt water before. Um, let's see. Depends. How hungry am I? I try it then. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I think pretty well. I don't know. It's not something that I've tried too often. I'm probably getting like really out of breath just like doing all the swimming because I was never really all that well in shape anyway to begin with. Hmm. Oysters or clams? Like you, I don't really, I wouldn't be able to say for sure, to be honest. I know that they'd probably be good eating. Okay, I probably have pockets. Yeah, my sweatpants underwater. Okay, I stuffed some of the clams in my pocket or oysters. Mm-hmm. Which is about all I saw to begin with. And then I guess I go back up for breath. Yeah. Let's see here. How much food do you reckon I've just gotten? Voice in my head. I got about a meal. Okay. Hmm. I let's see. I don't think. I think they probably would just be good unless they're dead or something. Which, anyway, um, all right. I guess I go. Yeah, go back to where I could stand. Let's see here. I'm thinking that like getting all that driftwood back would be like a massive pain. I do want to carry some of it. Yeah. I guess I look for. I want to grab that one. 3 feet. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So what was it? I have a choice between two, or was it? Okay. Mm-hmm. I think I would probably grab maybe the let's see here. So there's like two good factory pieces. Okay. Yeah, I'll grab those two if I can. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think I left them like pretty high up. So did I leave them on top of the rock or something? Okay. Mm-hmm. That's true. So that's probably a little bit painful. Mm-hmm. Not good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. I guess I'd probably wash out my foot as best I can in the seawater, and then I put on my socks and shoes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So. Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see here. I'm probably going to see if I can stick my knife into like in between the shell and see if I can kind of I guess scrape around in it to try and kill it and whatnot. Maybe break up the muscle a little bit. You can eat them raw. It's true. Or is it like I think it's oysters that they could be eaten raw. I'm not sure how clams fare raw. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah, they do. Mm-hmm. The thing is, I could easily cook them in the just kind of because they kind of come in their own little frying pan, don't they? Okay. I completely, I completely ignore this. I'm going to let's see here. I maybe I'll try that first. If it tastes disgusting, then I'll probably cook them. Yeah. Yep. I definitely eat it. Mm-hmm. I do like seafood. I'm not sure that I really. I remember like I tried like raw oysters before, and I thought they were too salty. But mhm. All right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. I decided it's not worth cooking them, and I just do it for all of them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Next. Yep. I do. Mm-hmm. Okay. I guess. Yeah. Let's see here. I guess. The thing is, I'm not really sure how one would make an axe with a shell. Like, not very sharp to begin with. Yeah. They're fairly small. Yeah. Could play the whatchamacallit, the Ark Survival, and turn the dinosaurs off. Just like look for oysters. Hmm. Yeah. Anyway. Which are oh so fun. I think Total Biscuit reviewed this game. Yeah. Okay, what do you want to play? Doesn't exist. Doesn't exist on Steam, so. We do have, a survival game. Yeah. Because things rot in it. They rot too fast. I don't think you had any experience with jerks, though. In that game. Unless you played without me. Unless you're calling me a jerk. Well, let's see here. Well, yeah, kinda. Turn the the collectible resources up though. So just get 100 wood from one tree. Yeah, or I could play that.
We could. We could do that. Yeah, sure, let's do it. Might need to download it. Not sure. Actually, probably, well, yeah. I think I actually still have it on my computer somewhere. I just might have to move it over. So it was program files, Steam apps, common, don't starve together.